Hello and good morning. My name is Alan James. I'm the Managing Director of Semifab Limited, a company which I founded 34 years ago. Semifab is a manufacturer of semiconductor and sensor devices. We turn silicon wafers, such as this, into semiconductor devices, power switching semiconductors and sensors, which are integrated onto printed circuit boards. Here's an example, and they end up in products you'll be familiar with, such as CCTV cameras, cars, medical instrumentation, consumer and white goods.
Hi, I'm Tracy Smiley. I'm the HR manager here at Semifab. I've been with the company for just on 3 years now. Semifab started with Fife College taking on engineering apprentices back in 2015. From there we moved on to administrative apprentices, one in HR and one in finance, and that was 3 years ago. We've also since taken on graduates within our engineering department. We're now moving on to helping the schools directly with helping students get into work. Not everyone goes off to university or college, so we're going to be giving them pointers as part of their hand-picked for schools initiative, which we're starting later this month, but because of COVID it may be delayed until February. So I'll be going into the schools. It's a 6-session program, and it helps with CVs, with covering letter writings and interview techniques. It's really helping kids understand what they can be doing now to make them more attractive to employers, even if they want to go down the apprenticeship route or anything else, how to help them do things to make themselves stand out and be more employable.
Hello, my name is George Smith. I am production manager at Semifab and have been with the company for 19 years. I am also lead in the Semifab STEM School Initiative. We got involved with the STEM Working with Schools project in 2020 when we were approached by Fife College. We then embarked on a few learning trips just to see what the STEM project was all about. The Dr. John Bruce Awards and Semifab Awards are given to the top 2 students from 4th and 6th year for excelling in STEM subjects. In 2020, we started the awards and they were well received from the 3 high schools, which are Glenrothes High School, Glenwood High School and our community high school. The awards that are given are a financial prize to each winner, an award to each winner, and a trophy that stays with the school. It was very difficult in 2020 and that carried on through 2021 as well. Fortunately, in 2021, the school started to open up a little bit and we managed to do a full award ceremony, be it in the car park at Semifab with Community High School. Hopefully 2022 will be better and the awards are actually up and running just now. In 2022, Semifab started a STEM Ambassador programme. 5 members of the Semifab staff put their names forward for this programme, and I am glad to say 2 weeks ago, Andrew Bell, a supervisor from the shop floor, successfully passed.
So my name's Andrew Bell. I work as a production supervisor at Semifab. I'm also the Semifab's first STEM ambassador. Before the pandemic lockdown, Semifab had sent myself for 3 days to a local school to discuss the different aspects of working at Semifab. So that was the new point where I was introduced to STEM ambassadors, and then just towards the tail end of 2021 we had a conversation with one of the local STEM ambassador hubs, and you had to complete like an online induction course. Through completing that, I'm now a fully signed off STEM ambassador. We'll be looking at getting into more schools and following up the STEM Ambassador scheme. There's a few reasons to become, that motivated myself to become a STEM Ambassador. Firstly, it was to take the knowledge and experience that I've learned for working at Semifab, also to let the kind of wider community know what kind of work Semifab does. I live locally and didn't know anything about Semifab. The nature of STEM is something, or things, areas that I were never particularly good at school. So things like science, engineering, mathematics, I didn't really excel in those areas. So again, it's just to kind of show the younger generation that even if you don't excel in these subjects, it's not to say that you will not develop in that kind of environment. I think that from the Semifab perspective, that what students will see through the STEM programme is that I think a lot of students potentially see the working environment as something that you just go every day, it's routine, it's mundane, and at the end of the day you're there to get your money, and that's it. I think where if they come in and they see the kind of work that we do at Semifab, the kind of team environment that we have, I think that they'll see that work is work, but the knowledge and experience you can gain from working, not just the type of work that you're doing or the equipment you're working with or the processes that you're dealing with, but even just the people that you're working with. We've got so many different people, it's a really diverse team at Semifab, that I think that that's what makes it interesting, and hopefully the students will take that away, that when you go out to the workplace it's just as exciting and interesting as being at school.
We thought we would do something in 2021, which was the second year of the awards, so that the schools could benefit more from Semifab. What we did was the 6-year winners of the John Bruce Memorial and also the second prize winners were given the opportunity to join Semifab for a summer placement.
I'm Kieran McCulloch. I work at Semifab part-time and I go to the University of Edinburgh and study biomedical sciences. The award was chosen by the teachers in our school for those that excelled in STEM subjects, and luckily I was one of those that scored the best in the STEM subjects. Quite often the awards in school are for those that are the best in a specific subject, and although I'm good across the board, I wasn't necessarily always the best in specific subjects. And the same with the Dux Award, you have to be the very best in the year to win that award. So it was nice to have an award that gave me recognition for the results that I'd got in STEM subjects. My favourite part was probably getting some hands-on experience with stuff that I had been learning in school and being able to apply the knowledge I'd had to actually do that and learn about how it is done in practice. I thought the engineering side of it was quite interesting, and although I didn't get lots of experience in that just because I've not got that kind of qualifications yet, I found it very interesting to see the things that I had learnt in school that they actually got to do in their workplace. So it was really interesting to see that in practice. I quite enjoyed being able to, each day I kind of had the same job where I was getting to work with the ovens and the tracks, and I was putting those batches through, filling out the batch cards for that. And about halfway through my placement I was audited, so I was able to do those things without having somebody buddy it and sign it as well, so I was able to do it on my own. So since I began university, I've been doing some different projects for George. So I did the capacity plans, which just involved going through the batch cards and putting in each stage and the cycle times, and then putting in the forecasted numbers for next year, so that showed them kind of what machines were at their peak usage and what weren't, so they could try and utilise them differently. It's going to be great for me to find out what I find most interesting and what I'm wanting to spend my career doing, and yeah, it just gave me a good experience.
We have sponsored 2 projects at our community high school, one being the Lego League Challenge, which the students have to build robots on their own, obviously with the help of some teachers, but they are then pitted against other schools in Fife, and if they are successful they could go to a national final in Scotland. The other project was we sponsored 5 graphics tablets. We are happy to say the awards for 2022 are up and running again, and we will be purchasing the awards in the next month or 2 and contacting the schools to see where they are with selecting the winners. The most satisfying thing about the STEM collaboration with the schools is actually seeing the engagement of the teachers and the pupils with Semifab. During the 2 years that we've been doing the awards, we have had great feedback from the teachers, and they are so thankful for our help, especially Christopher Deves, who I have a close working relationship, who is the head of science at a community high school. And with his help, we sponsored the 2 projects this year, and we hope to do a lot more with our community high school next year.